in a dramatic political twist that has ignited social media and sent shockwaves across the nation. Whistleblower Morara has taken to his verified platform with explosive allegations against a prominent opposition figures. Kebeso claims to possess evidence showing that the unnamed opposition leaders have been secretly collecting 2 million shillings every week, allegedly withdrawn from the consolidated fund and handed over in $100 bills at Karen Shopping Center parking lot. This is what he wrote. I will soon reveal details of how an opposition leader in this portal has been collecting 2 million shillings weekly from the consolidated fund. The money is usually in $100 bills, and the PA collects it at a parking lot in a shopping center in Karen. I know more than you think I know. Ruto pamoja na hao wazee wakora waende wote nyumbani. The collection, the Kebeso asserts, is done by a personal assistant, raising serious questions about misuse of public funds and high-level corruption. But that is not all. In a passionate message that is gone viral, Kebeso calls out what he labels a coalition of recycled corruption, taking direct aim at political heavyweights, including Dr. Fred Matiang'i, former CS accused of overseeing state brutality, Honorable J.B. Muturi, former speaker linked to entrenched political elitism, Honorable Mithiki Rituli, a former CS dogged by controversies including a rape allegation, and the former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka. Kebeso did not miss words, questioning the logic of removing President Ruto only to usher in, as he described it, a former corrupt tribal deputy president, that is Rigathi Gachagua, and failed past ministers. This is what he wrote. Is this what Gen Z died for? Is this the future we wanted? So we are removing Ruto to replace him with a former corrupt tribal deputy president, a former corrupt CSO presided over the killing of Kenyans, throwing them in the rivers, a former corrupt CSO has held 4 cabinet positions and never changed anything, and a former corrupt fake fertilizer CSO was charged with a rape in a court of law. This is unity without vision, unity without purpose. I urge all the young people of Kenya to reject this coalition of tumbocrats and projects funded by the guy who stole 6 trillion from this nation. Let all young leaders come together and chart a new path for Kenya. I am ready to sit down with the progressive leaders who lack the experience of theft. We will not recycle the problem to solve the problem. He further urged Gen Z Kenyans, demographic that led last year's protest and push for systemic change, to reject what he calls coalition of tumbocrats and billionaire puppeteers. And in a bold final note, he offered a rallying cry: let all young leaders come together and chart a new path for Kenya. I am ready to sit down with progressive leaders who lack the experience of theft. This developing story could shift the political conversation ahead of 2027. Are Kenyans truly ready for generational reset in leadership, or will history continue to repeat itself? We will keep you updated. This is Stephen, GC News.